everybody, for the nice, happy applause, but we have a shocking story today, and we've got the Tyra Show exclusive. It's about pregnancy, sex, and the Bunny Ranch. You guys know the Bunny Ranch? Yeah. I know you guys are probably like, wait, sex, pregnancy, Bunny Ranch, why are we talking about all of these three together? It's because there's a woman here today who, when she was 6 months pregnant, she applied to work as a prostitute at America's most famous legal brothel, and she got the job at 6 months pregnant. Check this out. When 20-year-old Alana Love first learned she was pregnant, she didn't know what to do.
I was broke and my bills were stacking up. I asked my family for help and they decided that this was my problem. I chose to have a child, and I knew my baby's father wasn't in the right situation to help me out either. He offered me $25 a month, which, what am I going to do with that? I was afraid that I'd either have to get my child up for adoption or figure out something else.
As her pregnancy progressed, Alana became more and more desperate.
So I decided to call up the Bunny Ranch to figure out if it was something that they were interested in.
Tucked away in a dusty corner of the Nevada desert, the world-famous Bunny Ranch is a legal brothel where a man can hire a prostitute to satisfy almost any desire.
Men come to the ranch to do things that their wives can't or won't do. We can fulfill almost any fantasy at the Bunny Ranch. It has to be safe, and most of all, it has to be fun. That's what fantasy fulfillment is about, safe and fun.
Alana kept looking for different options, but she was running out of time.
There's only so many options that I had at the time, and I did need quick money, and I need to save up for my daughter. And it's hard getting a job when you're like 4, 5, 6 months pregnant.
Finally, Alana decided to go to work at the Bunny Ranch. And that's when her family cut her out of their lives for good.
I thought they were going to be supportive of me having to make a decision what I needed to do best for my child, but they weren't.
Alana's older sister, Amanda, was the only family member to continue communication with her.
You know, she gave me, the last money that she had so that I could come to work at the Bunny Ranch. And of course, I know that she's worried about if someone, can hurt me, or, that she wants to make sure that I'm not endangering my child's life. I would say I put myself in these situations, but I think that if my family wouldn't have pushed me out of the nest so early, that maybe family's supposed to be there no matter what. And it's sad that I've had to learn different.
We are Alana's family, her new family.
So, Alana, you, I was going to say, look really upset in that video, and upset now. I got to tell you, when I heard about your story, I thought I was going to see a young lady on this couch with attitude, and saying, this is my body, this is what I want to do, I'm happy. But this is not what I expected. I didn't expect a young girl crying. How old are you again?
20.
20?
Yeah.
So you're a baby.
Yeah.
With a baby inside of you.
Exactly.
So why are you crying?
It's just hard watching the video of seeing my, how watching, other point of view of, my family not being there. It's so hard having a brothel be there for you. It's really hard.
Mm-hmm. So are you unhappy now?
I'm not unhappy with my choices. I'm unhappy of the situation of how it happened.
Okay, so how pregnant are you now? How many months?
8 months.
You're 8 months, so you joined the brothel at 6 months.
Yes.
What does it feel like lined up at the Bunny Ranch and guys having sex with you because you're pregnant?
It's mixed emotions. Sometimes I'm happy, sometimes it's hard. Mm-hmm. And when it is hard, I choose not to. I choose, to maybe stay in my room, to get in a better mood. Mm-hmm. But in back of my head, I'm doing this for my baby. I'm going to be able to support her and not have to give up my child for adoption. So it's such mixed emotions.
So this is the only option to you, to be pregnant and to have sex for money? That's the only option for you to support your child?
In my eyes, yes, at the time.
Why is it the only option?
Well, when I was, 6 months pregnant and bills are stacking up, you need a quick fix. I mean, if you can go to a minimum wage job, it's going to take me so long just to be able to catch up on bills. I had to get my car, off the repo list. There were so many different things that I don't want to bring a child into this world having nothing. I want to be able to have at least what I had before I was pregnant.
Did you ever do prostitution before you were pregnant?
No, I never did anything before, and it's something I really never thought of, and it's just really different.
All right, let's take a look at what life is like for Alana at the Bunny Ranch. Alana was nearly 7 months pregnant when she arrived at the Bunny Ranch to start working as a legal prostitute.
I was already feeling really pregnant and tired and really hungry. I feed her all the time.
It's your job to get as much as you can.
Yeah.
And she quickly learned she wouldn't be getting any sympathy or special treatment from anyone.
Alana, this is your room.
Madam Suzette showed me my room. I was worried about where I was going to put all my things.
You're not going to need a whole lot of clothes. You're gonna be working, my dear.
Okay.
Let me show you the lineup.
The lineup is a crucial moment for the prostitutes at the Bunny Ranch. It's when the women working there have their first and sometimes only chance to charm a potential customer.
The lineup is really simple, but that doesn't mean it's easy. Every time a customer comes, we ring our bell and all the ladies line up for the lineup.
I was told that when the bell rings that you need to drop everything and run to the lineup. Some days I don't feel like getting up. I feel tired, sick, and just, not in the mood.
There is no excuse to miss a lineup. If the girl's on the clock, they need to be in that lineup.
Okay, so you get in that lineup, and do you get chosen often?
I do.
You do?
I do.
More than the other girls now?
Yes, just, even if men don't come for the pregnancy fantasy, they're stricken by it. They know that, they have privacy there, so they're able to experience things and have
so you're in the lineup with panties on and your stomach showing out?
I usually wear something that covers my stomach.
But they still see, of course, the obvious bump.
Yes, they can see it.
Okay, what type of men would want to have sex with a pregnant prostitute? What type of client is that?
There's not a particular type. There's doctors. There's the regular guy you see on the street and you would say, oh, he has, some kind of fetish.
What type of doctors? Not OBGYNs. Not those type, right? That would be really gross.
There's been a couple different types of doctors, and, it has to do with, babies and stuff, so I kind of wonder about it. And,
they do work with babies, these doctors?
Yes, and sometimes I wonder about it. Are they here for me? Are they here for my child? And I can kind of feed through that, and if I think that they're not here for me, and that they're spending too much time on the baby aspect, I kind of
What does that
push
mean,
away.
spending time with the baby aspect?
If they, we're in my room, and if they want to touch my stomach, I'm standoffish. If they want to talk to the baby.
Some of them want to talk to the baby?
Yeah, and say, things, and I ask them, please leave. I can't do this.
Tell me about the virgin that you were with.
There was a 30-year-old virgin that came in, and he came in for an appointment. So he saw me, first off, and he wanted to lose his virginity with a pregnant woman. And I didn't understand it, but he came in, and it started off with him showing me pictures of his nieces, and it was
That's freaky. Why would he show you pictures of his nieces?
I don't know. It was kind of standoffish at first, I didn't understand what it was about until I started talking about it. And in my eyes, I thought that maybe he's jealous of his sisters having kids, and maybe he wanted to feel like maybe I was his wife or his girlfriend, and we had a kid together. Maybe he felt left out. He's a virgin, he doesn't have kids. He's 30,
So that's why you think he was doing it, showing you the pictures?
Yes.
And some of them pretend that you're their wife?
Yeah, they pretend, I mean, they might not, of course, say it out loud, but there's...
But you can tell.
I can definitely tell.
You think it's because their wives are sterile, do you think? And they can't have children, maybe?
Perhaps, or maybe they haven't had the chance to be able to have kids. There's somebody that came in and they told me that their wife, couldn't have kids. There's been couples that came in, and I kind of thought maybe she couldn't have kids, so maybe they're kind of like experiencing it.
And how many men in a day do you have sex with?
There's been like about 5 guys on average, but I'm not having just sex with them. It's many different things.
Some of them are talking to the baby and rubbing your stomach.
I mean, I don't let guys just touch my stomach. But some of them just, want to talk. Some people will say, oh, let me just, pay for you and you not have to do these things. Let me just, be able to maybe help you out or watch TV, or there's many different things you can do.
Before I met you, I thought I was going to be angry with you out here. I'm not angry with you, but I'm sad for you. I'm very, very sad for you. We'll be right back.